It's a beautiful Monday morning in the city of Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. My name is Damola Ogunshaki. I'm starting with Vanguard on the paper review today. Vanguard is leading with TINUBU to opposition. Don't blame me for inability to manage your affairs. Says democracy not threatened in Nigeria. You can see that story on page 5 and on page 42. Defections, Oborevwori, Omo Agege, battle for Delta APC leadership. Ex-Deputy Senate President insists his party lead. Delta Governor, my leader, that's coming from Kiamo. Shasiva Ganduje, 10 governors receive Kowa today, and Oborevwori. You can see that inside the Vanguard newspaper. On page 10, we must resist one party agenda. That's coming from Akinola and Jinadu, and also others. Outrage over World Bank's report on poverty in Nigeria as CSO demand urgent actions. Stop playing politics with people's lives. Action Aid tells federal government. It's a sovereign picture for Nigeria that's coming from Adeoju. You can see that on page 22. And lastly, on the Vanguard newspaper, there's a picture showing Group Chairman Mr. Tony Luwenu and Group Managing Director CEO Mr. Oliver, all of United Bank for Nigeria UBA PLC at the 63rd annual general meeting of the bank in Abuja on Friday. Away from there, we'll move to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian is leading with solar panel import ban may trigger 150% price surge, worsen energy cost crisis. You can see that on page 6. No cash above $10,000 must leave Nigeria without declaration, the FCC warns. Presidency, civil society clash over Tinubu's alleged one power over Northern Group. You can see that on page 5. Fulani others, you can see that on page 9. And won't be great without a Greek, says Afe Babalola. Don't don me on the Guardian newspaper. May celebrations and Edo. You can see that on news page 9 of the Guardian newspaper. The Punch is leading with defections. PDP calls emergency meeting to halt Hurricane Tinubu. Nigeria not drifting to one party state. That's coming from APC. APC welcomes Oborevwori. All that's today. You can see that on page 2. NDLEA seizes 1 billion naira drugs and 80-room hotel raid. That can be seen on pages 4 and 5 and on page 37. Heritage Bank NDIC begins for the 6.6 billion naira payout to top depositors. Federal government targets 70% local pharmaceutical production. Ondo doctor, others face charges over abortion for 10-year-old victim. Fitch upgrades Lagos, Kaduna, two other states investment rating. You can see that on page 42. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper, United States report calls out Nigeria's trade barriers and port corruption. You can see that on page 37. Now let's move to the nation. The nation's leading story says Shatima Gaduje governors to receive Oborevwori into APC. Delta Agog for big political event of the year in Asaba. Okowa PDP leaders move en masse. You can see that on page 2 and on the front page of the Nation newspaper. World Bank backs a federal government job creation plan. Security operatives held for selling arms to bandits. You can see that on page 4. And lastly, on the Nation newspaper, Fitch upgrade Lagos State to stable. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies. Join us after the break for a brief analysis of some of the stories. Welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is today the news of Rugged Life. My name is Damola Ogunshaki, and joining me to analyze some of the stories on the front pages this morning is Mr. Ali Mohammed. He's the CEO of Magnet Communications, former editor of Daily Times and Concord newspaper. morning, sir.
Morning, Damilola. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you for joining us. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday told opposition's element in the country that they should lick their wounds and stop blaming him for the inability to manage affairs of their parties competently. And he said, politicians changing party affiliation was not new or peculiar to Nigeria. What do you think about this?
Well, what the president said is a fact. When